Welcome to episode 53 of Not Quite Nerds. This week we have all seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, but almost like we're professionals and we plan and coordinate these things. Mallory's Marvel Madness happens to be Far From Home and No Way Home, which is brilliantly timed for us. So we're going to have a conversation about that. And then Mallory's going to have a moan about Comic-Con. It's almost like she should stop going to these things if they really upset her so much.
Listen, I'm not upset by it. I just think they could be better.
Well, I think you should adjust the tone of your voice then, because that tone sounds like...
Yeah, that tone sounds like a whinge.
Well, to be fair, what you guys didn't see while Matt was doing the introduction was Fester, instead of annoying me, was trying to scratch my walls. So now I'm just annoyed at Fester.
Ah, cool. Well done, Fester.
And you're taking it out on Comic-Con, though.
Yeah.
I know.
I think that's fair.
Sorry, Comic-Con.
She's not sorry.
She's not sorry.
She's not sorry. She's not at all sorry. Okay, so let's, for the sake of it, Mallory, where are you at in Mallory's Marvel Madness?
So because we obviously plan everything so well,
Amazing how this has fallen out perfectly.
I know. And you guys almost didn't let me see the new Spider-Man. I have gotten through 107 and 108.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man No Way Home.
No way.
I know.
How crazy is that?
Insane.
I mean, it's like it's been planned for months.
Almost like it's been planned.
It makes us seem like we're professional, not just lucky.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, we have a producer behind the scenes getting us all. So all this whole like, Mallory didn't watch anything.
It's all strategy, long-term strategy. We were playing it. We were playing it all. Okay, so Spider-Man Far From Home would be the second in the Tom Holland Spider-Man films.
Yes.
And
well, so before we even get there, I couldn't remember how long ago it had been since I watched Spider-Man Homecoming. I had to scroll all the way back. I was like, it's been a long time.
A while. Yeah.
It was a long time. So, okay. Spider-Man Far From Home, I think, is my least favorite out of the three.
Okay.
I would agree.
And I think it's because the penny drop moment doesn't hit as hard the second time or the third time or the fourth time. Like you get you the first time and then it's like, okay, like fine. Like now you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Which I feel like there's other Marvel movies that even though you know it's coming, they still have the same impact. Like we talk about this with Infinity War versus Endgame. And I feel like Far From Home is the Infinity War and No Way Home is the Endgame.
Yeah.
I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I'm like sad that we're not going to be able to see him again. I mean, unless, multiverse, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But assuming, what's going to happen is a complete reset. I'm assuming we're never seeing him again. I like his character. I like how they sprinkle like things throughout that like, or they bring back old things that like have him in the background that because obviously he wasn't actually there.
Are you referring to MIT?
With Tony Stark?
Yeah, with the Stark like foundation, the Stark grant, is that what you're?
Yeah, with Barf.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that. What I think in this rewatch I thought about more than I normally do is like obviously we know at the end of it that Fury and Maria Hill are not Fury and Maria Hill. They are I want to say the Soltarans, but they're not Soltarans.
The Skrulls.
The Skrills?
I think it's Skrulls. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, remind me, just because it's been so long since I've watched Captain Marvel, and obviously I haven't seen Secret Invasion again yet. When the Skrulls transform, do they get the person's memories or no?
No, I don't think so.
No, so it's just they look like the person, they sound like the person, but no, they don't have the.
That's how she catches them out in Captain Marvel, isn't it? She asks really personal questions.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then I think what annoyed me more watching it this time was when Happy is trying to give like the hint to Skrull Fury. And like, listen, it's a really obvious hint, but I feel like if you're not Fury, you're still not getting it.
Yeah, but I mean, so I always had the impression that they were there under Fury's supervision.
Because he
100%.
knows the scrolls, like he
Yeah.
knows them
So I had
from.
this impression that. So I see what you're saying though. Would he have like that? The whole point of that clue is only Nick Fury could have picked up that clue.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And listen, it's such a small thing, whatever. I mean, also, this is a very Mallory, like, nitpicky, but it is so not the Tower of London where they are hiding. Like, that is not where the crown jewels
No.
are,
That's very
first
true.
and foremost.
That is very true, and I'm surprised that not that Tom Holland's like an aficionado of history, although maybe he is, who knows? But like he's British, he would know this. Like I feel like that's something.
I also feel like it's probably a security thing that they
Yeah,
can't
like on
they
top of
can't
everything else.
create. No, like they can't, like, obviously wherever they filmed was actually not in the Tower of London. It was probably
No,
some sound
Yeah.
stage in London. But they obviously probably can't create the exact replica of where the crown jewels are
I mean,
no.
for security
they
reasons.
probably could, but would it?
I mean, they
be
did
as
that
easy
in
to
National
film?
Treasure.
Sorry.
They did that in National Treasure.
Yeah, would it be as easy to film? That's my question. Is for the purposes of what they were trying to do, they ran into a room and closed the door, and it was the most secure room in the building, and it bought them the time they needed for Peter to.
Right.
Like,
And could you imagine that they're on, like, the moving walkway in front of the crown jewels while the little robots are trying to get them?
now we're talking about a great spoof movie. Yeah.
Superhero movie too.
Superhero movie too. Let's do it. Let's get it back. We got a scary movie, so
That's true.
not saying we can't do it, especially because we've got so much more context for those superhero movies now.
Yeah.
Although we're getting Spaceballs and the ass, so I suppose we are getting a spoof of what MP would do.
I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
That's like a movie for my that was like a pinnacle movie. Like I feel like when you first see like Clerks or one of those, like for you Max, like our Mallrats is like a pinnacle movie for you. For me, that is Spaceballs. Like
I mean, it came about because what's his name, Olaf.
Josh
Yes.
Gad.
Josh Gad
Yeah,
sat
Josh
and watched
Gad,
it with his daughter, and it says at the end they will return. There will be a sequel. The search for more cash. And she says, "Let's put it on." And he's like, "Oh, they never made it." And she goes, "What do you mean they didn't make it?" Like, well, they never made it. And she's like, "Well, why don't you make it?" And he was like, "Because why don't I make it?" And he said he picked up the phone the next day and got in touch with Mel Brooks and was like, "I've got an idea. What about this?" And he goes, Mel Brooks goes, "Let's do it." So there you go.
Fantastic.
That's how we got.
Anyway,
Yeah.
first tangent.
So Spider-Man: Far From Home, you've got some nitpicking things in it. I agree with you. I don't. I think of the 3 Tom Holland films, to this point, is the weakest film.
Yeah, I would agree.
It just felt like it just doesn't work as well. You can see what they were trying to do, but it also just seems a little bit paint by numbers. I did really, really like Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
I think he's the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it's a clever.
Him and the teachers. The teachers
Yes.
say some of the best parts of that movie.
But how they, he's just disaster written all over it. Like they would let those 2 teachers lead the field.
Take these kids to Europe? Are you serious?
Yeah,
like come on.
That's
Let's pick the most absent-minded, irresponsible teachers and send them with a group of the big, the brightest from Brooklyn.
If you were what's his face, the one that Seth Rogen's mate, you'd be like, I'm not going on any trips anymore. I took him to DC, right?
Yeah.
Disaster. I've taken him to Europe. Disaster. I'm out, guys. I'm out. I am fully out of this. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. No, I mean, it just. I think there's really good elements of it. I think Mysterio's actually strong. The way they play. The way they play Mysterio was good.
Did Matt tell you about his wee spider tingle moment when he managed to save the hamster this week?
We've not got there, but we will get there. Don't you worry.
Yeah, spider tingle.
Yeah. It even woke him up, Luch, and had him downstairs trying to catch the bloody thing that he managed to actually lose in the first place. Well, not only does he have a spider tingle, but he's also an irresponsible teacher that lost them.
Oh, wow, man, double whammy
Sounds like
right
he's
there,
an
bro.
irresponsible
And
parent.
was too scared to tell us.
That is not the case at all. As soon as you came in, I said it. As soon as you came in, and you know what? I thought she'll be asleep. She's not there, but
Matt lost the hamster guy.
hamster escaped.
But he found
Is
it.
she back?
She's back. She's back.
Spider tingle came into play, you know, and he's like,
I just gave her
pretty sure he's downstairs,
24 hours of freedom. I just allowed her to have 24 hours of freedom.
and was sweating until he found it.
Do you know what? I felt really bad for her. Like, for this tiny little hamster, I was like, oh no, what happens if she's out in the wide world? I feel so sorry for her.
He genuinely thought it had Spider-Man up the curtain and out of the window.
Okay.
Could have.
I mean, they definitely could
At this point, right, this is the biggest tangent we've ever gone on in this podcast. But in my defense, I'm about to play some videos on TikTok now for the people listening or watching on YouTube, right, which shows hamsters climbing up curtains.
Yeah, but
can
our
do
hamster
it.
is not Spider-Man.
No. She's fine, though.
She could be.
She
we
could
could
be.
have all. We could all forget that she's Spider-Man.
Okay.
Maybe Spider Gwen.
We all forgot she was Spider-Man.
Can we just talk about the fact that, you know, like, he was like, yeah, but, like, she's maybe climbed up the curtain and then, like, jumped over to the window and then out of the window. I was like what kind of hamster have we got?
That's why you can't leave him alone.
Oh,
No.
my God. But anyway, bye.
So, end of that story was I woke up at 3 a.m. I'd set a trap downstairs for her, which was a pot with peanut butter and tin foil on the top and a ramp to get up to it. And I woke up at 3 o'clock, came downstairs, and the ramp was no longer in place. It had fallen as she'd clearly tried to climb it. And the little pots of food that we'd left in the living room and the kitchen had both been eaten. And I could hear her just nibbling away by the window. So I pull the curtain back and she looks at me and I look at her and we have that moment and then she runs off again. So I get her cage down, and her cage has got these tubes that run around the outside of it. And I put one of the tubes, take it, unclick it, put it down on the floor at ground level and put some food in the cage. And after an hour and 20 minutes, so at 4:20 in the morning, bearing in mind I'm laying on the couch at this point and she's just having a whale of a time running around that living room, exploring it all. And I'm like, I get anywhere near her, she's gone. She comes up, she goes into the little tunnel and she goes up. She has a sniff of food, goes to a wheel, starts running on her wheel. Click that bad boy back in. She's good. Back in her cage.
Job done.
Was taking the piss out of
She
you.
was.
Yes, she was.
Because, I mean, so the cage is a plastic, like it's plastic bottom, the whole top comes off, and then the second part, like it breaks into multiple parts, and then at the top it's got steel bars and a cage bar that pops off. To get out, she has climbed on top of her house and then climbed up out of the cage and then gone. So, I mean,
Impressive. She might be
she might be.
Spider Hamster.
I think who she is, and we all forgot. Thanks.
Yeah,
Dr.
I think so.
Strange.
I think so. Anyway,
But we're
back,
getting ahead of ourselves, Mallory. Get ahead of ourselves.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
back to Mysterio. So, I love the sequence where Mysterio in Munich. I think that's a fantastic sequence. It's full of CGI, and I think the CGI looks totally flawed. But I think as the sequence goes, it's really, really good. The question I've got about all of this is, he's Peter Tingle.
Why is it gone?
Yeah, at that point.
Why is
Because
it
it's there
not
later, and it's there earlier.
Yeah.
But for this whole sequence, it doesn't exist.
Well, no, wasn't it not there earlier? Wasn't it that Aunt May was like, "What happened to the Peter Tingle?" Like, it seems like
It's coming and going, right? But
right,
but when he's fighting the bad guys, it's there.
but eventually,
But I think it might be
And then-
because
Go on.
I don't know. I think it might be because, I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but they talk about how if you had a blockage, and Tobey Maguire talks about how like, oh yeah, there was this time where I just had like a web block and I couldn't web anymore. I couldn't be Spider-Man anymore. It could be something that's psychological, where like he did not have any inclination that Jake Gyllenhaal's character, I always forget his name now.
Mysterio.
Not Mysterio, well, the actual character, but yeah, but that Mysterio, he can't be a bad guy, so he's not even like clocked into it.
See,
Could that
my
be?
take on it from just having watched it and I don't know how recently you guys have watched it, is it seems to me that it's partially depression from Tony Stark dying. And I think
He's searching for like that mentor, that
no, I think his depression is suppressing the Peter Tingle.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I think he's also doubting himself because Tony Stark died. And because he's having this doubt and depression, it's suppressing the Peter Tingle. And once he kind of let goes of that, then it comes back. That was my
I
take.
just think
So again,
it,
it's so psychological. Yeah.
it's there when he's fighting in Venice. It's there when he's fighting in Prague. It's
It wasn't there when he was fighting in Venice, though.
but it's there when he has his fights. There's moments where he ducks and he moves and he does his thing where it's just natural. I get that's natural and instinctive. I just think it's lazy plot pointing to be able to go, well, he's not got it here, but he has got it here, and it's not working at this point, but it is working at this point. You would think at that point it would be instinctive.
I agree.
But that being said, I still think it's an enjoyable film. I still think it's a fun film. I think it's the time where you get to see him and Zendaya's relationship. So MJ and Peter's relationship, you get to see that sort of blossom a little bit. Ned, I think, has Ned's, let's not lie, one of the stars of the whole series. He has
100%.
so many great moments. So many great moments. The moment with Nick Fury is absolutely out of this world. Like,
So good.
But yeah, I think it's enjoyable. I do think the action sequences, they just build too much the action sequences. It's almost like on the back of Endgame, they're trying to deliver us something that's this huge, spectacular.
Yeah.
And we don't need that. We didn't need that.
But they do give it to us later.
Well, they do. But is it, as I said, it's the worst. For me, it's the worst of the
worst of the
three. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of the home trilogies, shall we call them? The home trilogy. Spider-Man home trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would be home trilogy.
Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Home trilogy.
Home
trilogy.
It's also interesting how they're going backwards.
Yeah.
Like he's getting further from home.
From home. Yeah. Almost like
which makes sense.
Almost like he's been into space at this point.
Well, also he's becoming further and further removed from Spider-Man.
Further and further removed from a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we've got there. Yeah. Outside of that, I'm just trying to think who else stands out. I think I love the Dutch moment, the moment in the Dutch jail where they're like so polite, so nice.
So Dutch,
so Dutch, just so Dutch,
Yeah.
and it's one of those where they're just so polite and so nice about it. But I mean, it's got flaws. It is the weak one. I think the actions, the special effects aren't great. The actions, meh. I think the Mysterio, I think they've done dirty at the end.
Yeah.
My hope is that he's still
kicking about somewhere.
Yeah. And we get Quentin Beck, special effects guru.
That's it. Thank you, Quentin Beck. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. That's
I'm racking my brain for like 15 minutes trying to figure out what the character's name is. Not, there we go. Thank you.
Oh, there we go. So in the comics, he's effectively special effects supervisor on films who has this amazing job, and that's how he does it. I love the one. There's a great story arc with Daredevil where he absolutely puts Daredevil through the ringer, and he chooses Daredevil because Spider-Man's too big for him now. Spider-Man's too big dealing with big superheroes and supercriminals, and Quentin Beck is dying, and he wants to go out with a bang, and so he chooses somebody.
So he turns his attention towards.
Yeah,
interesting.
Really messes with his senses. But yeah, in this, I think it's definitely a different angle to take. It was the tech angle. It was, but as you said, clever that they brought back all of these people, like the scientist who gets shouted at about the arc reactor.
Yeah.
Tony Gritter's this in a cave. And those moments, but
it's still a fun movie. It's still an enjoyable movie. I think we're all just being nitpicky now because
it's hard not to. I feel like it's hard not to because I think the Tom Holland trilogy, at least the bookends of it, up until obviously the new one that's come out. I think the bookends of it are just so good that like this one dipped.
But it's still a good movie. That's
But
what I'm saying.
it's still good.
It's not Morbius.
It's not
It's
Morbius. It's not
not
Eternals.
Luke Cage season 2.
It's not Eternals.
It's not Eternals. Like we're think about things we're nitpicking.
So here's my question.
You know,
Every single Spider-Man movie, I feel, has been a team-up movie. It's Iron Man in Homecoming.
Mm.
It's Mysterio in Far From
Limitedly,
Home.
though. Yeah.
And we know that No Way Home, it's the other Spider-Man.
Okay, but
And
other than Iron Man,
yeah,
doesn't every superhero have like somebody? Like even Captain America in the first movie, he had the guys who we missed out on having their own
Howling
movie.
Commandos.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
2
Iron
is
Man
the
has
Scarlet.
Happy. He also has the Iron Patriot. He's got Rhodey. So he does. There's also team up. There's team ups there too.
But I think the first Iron Man.
Well, first Iron Man,
Yeah.
he's by himself.
Most of
And
the time.
then Rhodey gets the. Do they get the tech in the second? No, it's the second one. They get the.
If you even Thor, you think about everyone else is non-superpowered, but Spider-Man's. When I look back, I think it's team-ups. It's a series of team-ups. Some good, some not so good, as we see in this one. It's the wrong person chosen. But
I think most superhero movies are still team ups.
not the individual ones. They've got sidekicks.
That's what I'm saying, though. I think they are.
But
I think if you really think about it, they really are team ups.
Yeah, but they have sidekicks. They have characters who are sidekicks. Whereas this he's the main character and he teams up with somebody pretty much who's got or seemed to be a leader. Even in this one, the leader is. Maybe that is it's because he's so young.
Right.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's mentor. He has a mentor in every film that teaches him something. Right. Yeah. Not that it's a bad thing. Again, I did have something else there. There was something else that came to my mind.
Sorry.
And it totally escaped me.
Remember, he's a high school kid.
Yeah.
He can't make decisions. He probably can't even legally drive yet.
But he can swing.
He can swing.
He can swing. Web swing. Just so we clarify that for any.
Yeah.
Listen, he can do what he wants to.
It's true.
He can swing if he wants to.
He's going to check with MJ first.
He does.
His friends don't swing, and if they don't swing, then they're.
How good is Ned and Betty's relationship?
It is such a high school relationship, and I'm obsessed with it. Yeah. Like, did I do the same thing on my 8th grade field trip to DC? Yes.
I love it.
It's just such a high school relationship. It's somebody that like you never would have spoken to, but now that you're away from school and the pressure's off, like, okay, fine, like you have this like little like romance. And then the second the trip's over and you're going back to reality, it's done.
And now you've said it, I can think about a trip that I went on in 6th form that was very similar. Yeah.
Same.
That's the most realistic thing of the movie.
Probably is the most realistic thing of the movie. I mean, I do quite like their relationship. Is it Brad? Brad's trying to out him. The way that gets spun all the time. Like, poor Brad, you're just like, he's just trying to make a play for MJ here. And every time he tries to, like, prove that Peter's doing something wrong, it looks bad on him. Yeah. Why are you taking naked pictures? It's the way the teacher speaks to him. And he's like, we need to talk. You need to stop taking pictures of people half naked. In fact, you need to stop taking pictures of people in the toilet altogether. That's just not a place to be on.
You're not wrong.
Not at all.
No, it's not wrong.
Okay, yes. So then we move on to No Way Home. That's what it was. Sorry, before we move on, multiverse. I love the idea that they dropped the multiverse in at this point. Bearing in mind,
it's true.
We'd had Loki at this point. We'd not had this whole multiverse.
I don't think we have had Loki at that point.
There was like that whole tease going on there. So you thought, they're opening the multiverse, and then
it wasn't.
And you're like, God damn it. But then that happens in No Way Home.
Yes.
It feeds in perfectly to No Way Home.
Full on assault of the multiverse in No Way Home.
Where there's that whole conversation, the multiverse is real.
Yeah.
It makes me so sad that I got COVID and couldn't watch No Way Home in theaters. Like, when it came out. I saw it in theaters, but like a week and a half later. So like, and obviously like the opening weekend crowds are very different than the week and a
Yeah.
half later
Yeah,
crowds.
we saw it. Not the. I think it was definitely that weekend. It wasn't. I think the first day it was out. It was maybe the next day.
I also saw it with my mom, who, when the crowd lost it for Daredevil, she looked at me and even again, I hadn't seen it yet, but I at least knew who he
Yeah.
was. Um, so then I was also spending half the movie explaining to my mom why people were excited.
I think that's what it's about. Is talk about like fan service.
Oh, that movie is. Oh yeah.
It's full of fan service, but more so, it delivers good content with it. It isn't just fan service for fan service point, and maybe that's the issue with like certainly with Deadpool and Wolverine. There's moments in that where it feels gratuitous and it feels like we're just doing this because that's what the fans asked us to do. Whereas in Spider-Man No Way Home, it fits. It's part of the story and it makes sense that it's part of that story.
This is the movie that people need to watch to learn how to do correct fan service.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I would agree with that. I mean, I think the part that blew me away because we watched it before going to see it, the new one, to kind of prepare for it, as I think we all probably did. Obviously, well, Mallory did definitely. It's not just the fact that they did some fan service there, like with Murdoch and having Charlie Cox there, but bringing back all of those nostalgic villains, which we've all seen and grew up with. It kind of harkens back to what we were talking about last week with the Eternals. Like, we developed a relationship with those characters, with those villains, whether it was Doc Ock, whether it was Norman Osborn, whether it was the Lizard. We grew up with them, and now to see them again and have Toby and Andrew Garfield back into it and actually be pinnacle to the story.
Yeah.
Like they weren't just cameos. They literally were the film. Those three Spider-Man.
Which is even more shocking when you realise that actually they don't appear in the film until
about halfway in.
It's more than halfway through.
You're right. It is more than halfway. You're right.
Like it's literally Act 3. They don't appear. Spoiler alert here for anybody, but I think we're outside the statute of limitations.
Yeah, we're at statute of limitations.
They don't appear until after May dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no. They've appeared.
They've appeared, but we don't see them.
We haven't seen them.
No. We've saw them because at that when May is dying, MJ and Ned are with Andrew Garfield.
Oh, true. Well, they're with Garfield.
Yeah, but
the scene is she dies, and then they're trying to find him.
Yeah, because that's right.
On their
this
phone,
is after.
And Ned does the.
Imagine I just watched this movie.
No, that's right. Yeah.
I watched it last week, and then I definitely did.
They're watching the news, and they're seeing Happy's. Yeah, they're watching the news,
right? And they're trying to find him, and then the Peter Parkers are like, "Is there any place that your Peter likes to go?" Yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
After getting hit with bread.
Getting hit with bread. And proving, can you prove you're Spider-Man? He jumps and hangs onto the ceiling with his fingertips, and she's like, "No, can you crawl about?" He's like, "I'm not crawling about."
And then he does. And then he does to get the combo in the corner.
No, so
it's just such a clever film.
Before we even get to that point, we get that whole thing of the villains show up, and well, first of all, the Doctor Strange fight is unbelievable. The relationship between Peter and Doctor Strange, I love that. You can call me. We saved the world together. You can call me Stephen, and then he messes with the spell, and he's like, "No, you call me sir." Yeah,
you call me sir. Yeah.
And that whole relationship, I think, is really good. But again, that happens so early in the film, and even before that, the part where they go to school. And the teachers are there, but they've got the 3 teachers this time. It's the 3 teachers.
Hannibal Buress.
Yeah, across it, and 2 of them are like supportive, and one of them's just like, "You're a bad guy."
I believe. I believe Mysterio. Yeah.
I didn't do any of this. He did it. I don't believe in you. I think you're a villain. I think you're a bad guy. No, it was definitely interesting. You see that. You see them going through the disappointment of MIT.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's hard. Is the moment where you see Peter having to watch his friends be punished for his actions.
Yeah.
and his heart's always in the right place. His heart is about, he doesn't want to get into MIT. He's got no interest in him getting in. He wants them to get in, and he chases down the person for that.
Only after going to Doctor Strange and asking him to do which was something I said to Steph when we were watching. I'm like, this is the most teenager decision making that you could possibly do. Oh shit, my friends didn't get into MIT, neither did I. I know someone who can do magic instead of picking up the phone
Yeah.
or sending an email or something like that. Like let's go to the most extreme way to fix this problem. And then Doctor Strange totally picks up on that and said, "What, you didn't call?" It's like, you come to me for magic, but you didn't make a phone call.
Yeah.
Like,
And then you get that first scene, that first fight with Doc Ock, which is
great.
a great fight. But the point where he unmasks him, or he doesn't unmask him, does he? He tries to kill him, and the suit, the nanotech, uncovers his face,
Yeah.
and he's like, "You're not Peter." And it's that moment where you realize, like, oh, this is going to be interesting here. They know they're Peter Parkers, and they know who they're looking for, and then it sort of spirals from there. We get the more and more characters. I feel like Reese fans was done an injustice. We never really got to see. He's just in the cage already. Strange is like, I found this guy lurking around the sewers. I checked him in there, but it's also the character interactions as well, where they figure out that they're dead. I think that's a really emotional point where Doc Ock.
That was Doc and Norman. Yeah.
Well, all of them are dead, and like this is what we had talked about how much heart this movie has. Like, we obviously have the heart with the Peters, but then also the growth of the villains that you don't really get in the original movies. Because villains don't get the chance to grow. Villains have to be bad so that they can die. It has to be very black and white. And to have this little bit of growth here, even though, they do backtrack as bad guys do, it's just a heart-filled movie.
But this is interesting as well. Is it was always a complaint of the early Spider-Man films, the 5 of them, that the villains were killed off.
Yeah,
the way that things work, the villains were killed off.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, the problem you're going to have here is you're running out of villains.
You're running out of villains. You're running out of people for him to fight.
Yeah. So it becomes that thing. Whereas they've been quite smart with that in the MCU, with villains dying or not dying or being imprisoned and having the super prison. And so you get to see that a little bit more. And that sort of plays into Peter's kindness as well. And you see that Peter's kindness comes from May.
Yeah, it comes from May, and I also think, and obviously there was a lot of speculation on this, and I don't know if we're ever going to see it. We probably won't, but with the fact that theoretically he cures Norman Osborn, he's already cured Doc. Doc doesn't regress.
Nope.
I think he's good after he gets the implant. Like, he's solid the whole time.
He runs away from the fight. That's what happens.
He runs away from the fight. Yep. Flint Marko, also not really a bad guy, just misunderstood. But they've cured all of these villains, and now they've been sent back to their time. It opens up the possibility of, do they die in those original movies now? Like, they could almost reset everything, because
third Andrew Garfield movie.
There we go. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could do that now if you so chose.
It gets better. An Andrew Garfield series. Give us a Spider Noir. Give us 8 episodes of Andrew Garfield being Spider-Man.
That's great. Post No Way Home.
Return, right? Because this is what I think is great, is you get your 3 Spider-Men. You get the young, naive Peter, who's just trying to find his way, has just heard the great responsibility line. Right. Never heard it till that point. Never understood what it meant. You get older Peter Parker and Tobey Maguire, who, the point where he says, they talk about relationships, and he's like, it took us a while, but we made it work. And he seems like, I know they joke about, you look like a youth pastor, but he feels like a youth pastor who's been through everything, and he's just really zen with it now. He totally understands how the world works, and he's happy with where he's at, and he's got his happy life. And then you get Andrew Garfield, who's broken. Yeah, tortured in it, and tortured. Says as much. Says as much. But what I loved about it was he gets his redeeming moment when he saved MJ.
Yeah. He does.
That moment where, and I was sitting with the kids watching it last night, and I said, "How did Gwen die?" And as MJ's falling, and Molly's like, "Oh my God, she fell off the building and couldn't get saved." And then he saves it, and you're just like, "That's what we wanted. That's what he needed." So what I want to see now is Andrew Garfield go back he says himself, "I've not done Peter Parker. I've just been Spider-Man."
Just Spider-Man, yeah.
He's go back and find his MJ.
And I think what was great about, because I feel like we talk about how great having all three of them in the was, but like one thing that really stuck out to me watching it this most recent time was how good of an actor Garfield is in this role. Like, yeah, he's playing Spider-Man, he's playing Pete Parker, which is all fine, whatever. But the look of pure terror and then relief when he catches
Yeah.
Zendaya in that scene, it's palpable. Like, it's an emotional moment.
It's an
Like,
unbelievable
feel
moment.
it.
The problem he gets in it is he's outshone by Willem Dafoe's ability to just shift his face from Norman Osborn.
Oh God, yeah. What I
Do you
said to
notice though, like the difference in how he saves MJ from how he saves Gwen?
Yeah, he doesn't use his
And
web.
he didn't use his
No.
web.
he just
And
yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things that, like, how often do we watch the good guy? Like, I mean, he killed Gwen.
Uh-huh.
It's not that he didn't save Gwen.
Yeah. His actions
His
would have died
actions
anyway,
led-
but if he'd thought differently,
yeah.
Yeah.
And so that redemption for himself, and listen, he wouldn't have known. He couldn't have known
No.
what was going to happen. I think any one of us would have done the exact same thing. But for that redemption for him is unbelievable.
Yeah.
No, but Max, you're right. I never even thought about it. Like, obviously, I'm thinking about a movie, but like we were talking about, like with the Eternals last week, I would love to see an Andrew Garfield, like 8 episode or 6 episode miniseries post being sent back after No Way Home, and seeing how because he even says it, and Tom Holland's Peter Parker, you see it during the fight at the end on top of the shield when he's beating up the Green Goblin. Like, Andrew Garfield says, he goes, it got to the point where I stopped pulling my punches, and you could see like Tom Holland's like, I'm not holding back. I'm literally throwing everything I possibly can, haymakers. I'm picking him up. I'm webbing him and then kneeing him in the face. Like, he's taking out all of that aggression, obviously, over the death of May. Which, I mean,
he
do
says
you
the
blame
line.
him really? Like,
He says the
huh?
line, "I want to kill him."
Yeah, he does.
He says that line.
I think it's the first time you ever really hear any Spider-Man character say that, because Spider-Man's so obviously that's not quite the same, but like he has the same code as like a Batman. Like,
Yeah.
Batman will beat the crap out of you, but he's gonna throw you in jail and then that's it.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is the same way. He will not kill no matter what. He just beats you up, webs you up, and lets the Justice Department deal with you.
Unless you're Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
But I mean,
But
I don't
again-
think the intention. They never.
But that's
The intent was never to kill,
But-
but all their bad guys died.
well, yeah, but even the Green
Except for the
Goblin,
Rhino.
the Green Goblin killed himself.
Yeah, as did
You
Doc
can
Ock.
say they all died.
They all died.
Yeah. But you're right. That I think this is so powerful. It covers so much ground.
Yeah.
Both in Spider-Man's life and in Peter Parker's life.
I love that movie. I just think
It's
it's
so
such a
good.
movie. And what I picked up watching it this time, which I don't think I'd picked up before, but it's only because I watched it back to back with Far From Home,
Mhm.
is when they all get arrested and they are being interviewed, and Peter asks to speak to Nick Fury, and they go, he's been off
He's
world
been off
for
planet.
months.
Yeah.
He's like,
And
what?
right, because he just saw him 2 days ago.
Right.
Which again, I don't think I picked that up.
I don't think I
until-
did either until watching
Back to
it. Yeah.
It's how about Happy? The conversation you alluded to Mallory when you said about Daredevil, but the conversation is like, so I think you guys are in the clear. He's like, but Happy, you're going to need a lawyer. He's like, but Peter, but this is about Peter, right? And he's like, yeah, but I think the Stark Tech thing, I think you're going to get in a little bit of trouble. He's like, he's like, you need a good lawyer. You're going to need a good lawyer here.
Although, have you seen the deleted scene?
No.
The deleted scene is Happy in a deposition with Daredevil as.
With Matt. Okay.
Yeah, Matt.
So what? This is my question for you though. This is what
would be better if it was foggy. Almost.
It's-
I almost would be even better.
the way May says, "Thanks, Matt." Right. That
Yeah,
whole conversation
like-
takes place, and it's the way she says,
Like, she knows him.
"Thanks, Matt," and it's that. Was Was there? Is there possibly? Like, I understand that maybe they've interacted through feast, but there was definitely
See, that's where I went with it. I didn't go
no.
romantic.
I went
with,
immediately, and I was just like, and Happy sitting there. But remember, she's just broken up with Happy as well.
that's true.
Like,
I just think she is such a pillar in the community for like charity, and so's Matt. Like Matt's
That's
a
true.
community guy.
He does a lot of pro
The
bono.
way I read it or like interpreted it was that
it's the
they.
smile.
I said
There's something in that smile.
Are you just saying that Aunt May's been slutting it around with all of the heroes?
I'm saying that Aunt May is probably
Well,
closer in
listen,
age to Matt Murdock.
I mean, you've just thrown Happy into that, so
Yeah.
good. Happy just got a promotion. He's a
Happy's
hero.
a hero.
I'm just
Happy
making
Hogan
sure,
is
yeah.
a hero.
He is.
He might be a superhero.
He's
but
Avengers adjacent.
He's a hero.
Well, I mean, is he not head of like HR for Avengers according to Deadpool? Like he goes to the interview with him, right? He's like the head of.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the May scene is out this world, and I've watched it twice in a week, and Gemma only watched it the second time. Obviously, we all watched it together last night. But Gemma was just like, "I hate this scene." Jack was like, "Oh no, she's gonna die." Like Jack was like, "Oh no!" And I mean, he was sitting on the floor coloring, and he got up and came and sat on the sofa by us because he knew he was going to be upset by her death. I just think that's just such a brutal moment, and I don't remember it being as bad as it was because like she gets up, she gets hit, and then
She gets up, she's walking around. I forgot that.
And I always think like she got hit, and then he goes across to her and she dies, but she doesn't. She gets up and she like delivers a whole.
She's like having a conversation with him. Yeah.
And then she drops, and you think, "Oof!" And Happy sees it happen. Like when Happy pulls up a car and sacrifices himself,
and just says, "Run, Peter."
Yeah,
he goes. He takes the arrest to give Peter an opportunity to get away.
But again,
yeah, you're right. Hero.
Ned gets his moment. His super cute moment where he's like, "I'm magic now, but I promise you, I'm not going to become a villain and try and kill you."
I would love if in the future we do get Ned at what's it called? Where does Wong Comatage?
Yeah.
Wherever Wong trains the people.
I'm every time I keep getting all of it confused. Was I right with Comatage? Because it's not Kunlun. Kunlun is Iron Fist.
Iron Fist. It's Comatage. Yeah.
It is Comatage. Okay. Yeah.
So, in the comic books, Ned Leeds is a reporter for the Daily Bugle and Peter Parker's rival in love. He is tragically brainwashed into becoming known as the Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. I've known that for years.
I don't want that.
I've known that for years as well. I knew that.
I love that friendship.
No, I don't want that either.
I don't want that, but it's, he's seen how the glider works.
Well, he has. I mean, there's. I think they've just gone a different direction with Ned.
Yeah,
too sweet.
Which I hope they keep going in this.
I like that he's the man in the chair. I like that he likes that he's the man in the chair.
Because he's like, I realize the only time I'm going to get close to being a superhero is by being the man in a chair. I'm all good with that. Like, I'm happy with that role.
But he could also be the man in the chair who has like a little foray with Wong.
Yeah, this is true.
See, that's what I want. I want a Ned, Doctor Strange, Wong connection. I feel like because he's said that he's so. I just wonder where his family's from then, because I don't think we ever hear that.
They're Philippines.
It's Philippines. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also don't know if I realized it before I watched this one that Doctor Strange is not the Sorcerer Supreme anymore.
Oh yeah, because he blipped.
Yeah.
Because he
blipped.
A
technicality.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. But I don't think I realized it until I rewatched it this time. But then the question I have is, he's still wearing the time stone.
No, he's wearing the necklace.
No, he doesn't have the time stone anymore. Time stone's gone.
He's wearing the necklace that concealed the time stone.
Right.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Wong have it?
Because there's no time stone.
It's not with it.
Then why is he wearing an empty necklace?
Maybe just because he likes the style. Or that.
Remember, he used to have all of his watches. Maybe he's just attached to necklaces now.
It's true.
He can take it off.
And he still has the fancy cape.
No, but he should still have it.
The time stone.
Yeah.
They destroyed them all.
They destroyed them all.
No, they gave him back.
Yeah, but the time stone was the one that was not destroyed.
No, because that was the whole thing. when Hulk went to go see Tilda
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. He
so
gets
from a different timeline.
bodied. Yeah.
no, he had to bring it back so the timeline can continue. So Doctor Strange should have it.
Might be. Well, I guess we'll find out.
Or maybe Wong has it because he's a Sorcerer Supreme.
But then he should have the necklace.
Maybe that's just where Doctor Strange put the time stone when
Then
he had
take
it.
the necklace off.
I like
Do something about the necklace.
I like the
Maybe he
moment
just likes to accessorize. I
where
don't know.
Doctor Strange comes back through the portal, takes the things back, and goes to walk off, and he says, "Did you just open a portal?" Like, I love that. It's that moment where he's like, "I've got something to. Did you just do that?" And then he just like leaves it to it.
I feel like there's like a moment of like respect, like,
Yeah.
all right, kid. Like, yeah. It's like a little
And I
nod.
love how bad Ned is with it as well. Like, first time it works perfectly, and then the second time,
And then you can't close it again. But notice though, he actually, because I noticed that too, and I went back, he never actually closes any of the portals he opens. They just close on their own after the person comes
Yeah,
through.
because the whole Andrew Garfield conversation takes place. He comes down off the ceiling, and the portal's
Yeah.
still open in the background.
The portal's still open in the background. Yeah, I noticed that.
And then, but that's why, like, it's the second portal. He's looking this way, and the portal opens behind him.
Opens behind him. Yeah,
It's just that.
he just doesn't have the control.
Yeah.
But he was still able to open a portal a lot faster than Doctor Strange.
True story. True story.
I mean,
Natural ability.
when he was first doing it.
Mhm.
And the one with the C with the lizard, I think, is quite interesting. It's a clever move where the lizard's chasing the two of them, and he opens the one, and it's under the water, and the sea water comes.
Oh, that was great. Yeah, that was actually really smart. Yeah.
I did notice though that the lizard's two major fight scenes in Spider-Man movies have taken place in school labs.
That's true.
Accurate. Yeah.
It was just like, we're back in the school lab, are we? Well done, Dr. Connors. Well done. No, I think overall that is such an outstanding movie. And as I said,
Really is.
I've watched it twice in a week and still love it.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. And as I was saying, it hits the same. Like, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The little nuggets you pick up on. The acting is phenomenal. Like, the three Peters together, when Andrew Garfield is talking shit about himself and Tobey Maguire is like, absolutely no.
You're amazing.
And when Tobey Maguire tells them that he shoots the web shooters out of his like actual body, and like in such boy fashion, the two of them go, any place else? Does it come out of anywhere else in your body? Like, it's just such real conversations that it's
it's
just
totally what we would have if like that's what I'm like. I could see like Max if the three of us or like if you, me, and Pod or whatever were sitting around and we were all that was exactly the conversation.
Yeah. Where did you
I can't be Spider-Man because I'm a girl.
No, you could be Spider-Man. I'm just saying you be Spider-Gwen or Spider-Mal.
Spider-Woman. I mean,
I could be Spider-Person.
you could. We'll be gender neutral. It's not like your chesticles will give it away in your costume, your tight lycra.
Listen.
No, I think you're right. I think the relationship between the three of them works so well. Even to the point where they go off and they try to fight, and then they all get back together. And then Peter 1 is like, so I was part of a team called the Avengers. And they're like, oh my God, that's so cool.
Like you're in a band?
Yeah. Maguire's like, is that a band? Like, it's just like, what?
It's also one of those things like I wouldn't even thought about the fact that their universes don't have
Avengers.
Yeah.
But until I said it.
Yeah. So yeah, and he's like, we've got to work together. We've got to trust our instincts. That sort of moment of pulling the team together.
Trust your tingle.
Yeah, trust the tingle. I love that it's never been called a Spidey sense. It's the tingle, the Peter tingle.
The tingle, the Peter tingle.
The Peter tingle.
And then I loved when they were talking about aliens.
Yeah.
And obviously Tobey Maguire's talking about Venom.
Yeah.
And Peter's talking about how he's been in space.
And fought Thanos.
Right. And then poor Andrew Garfield, then that's what triggered the whole thing. He calls himself lame.
Yeah.
And the two of them are like, you're not lame. Like, never say that about yourself. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's just such a beautiful relationship.
I fought a Russian guy in a rhino costume.
Yeah.
Like, he's so disappointed with himself for doing it. But then, you know, is that because he never got his third film? He never got his chance to fight an alien.
He could have fought an alien.
He could have.
Maybe in the TV series he'll fight an alien.
Maybe that'll be that cool moment where he goes, yeah, I can fight an alien. Um,
I think the other part I loved about that whole sequence when they're just kind of like chatting on the Statue of Liberty is just like he goes, oh, I love this man. I always wanted brothers, like Andrew Garfield said. Like, and it's just like I'm like that's so like, and like it's a great sentiment. And you're also, if you think about it, you're like you're literally just brothers with yourself. If you think about it, like you're all Peter Parker. You're just making friends with alternate versions of you, but at the same
and of
time,
course, they managed to get the meme.
They did. You had to. Again, it was perfect fan
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's what we wanted without it being in your face.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll also say the other way this was such a beautiful film and so well made is a friend of mine, maybe about a week after I watched it, she texts me and she goes, have you ever seen Spider-Man No Way Home? I go, of course. She goes, she walked into her husband watching it, and he was like literally in the last 20 minutes of the movie where everyone starts to forget who Peter Parker is.
Yeah.
And she just starts crying. And she's not an emotional person. If we played Did It Make Kristen Cry? The answer is always going to be no.
Yeah.
She is not me. And it made her cry, having not even watched the build up to that moment. Like, it just goes to show the storytelling and the cinematography and the emotions that they're all conveying.
It is, and you're right, because if that happens, we get to that point where Peter realizes the easiest way to do it is to make sure everyone forgets who Peter Parker was.
Yeah.
And it's that moment where he stands with Ned and MJ and says, I've got to let you go, but I'm going to find you, and I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to, explain everything and all that sort of stuff. Really does set it up for the next film.
It does, and he doesn't. It doesn't. He has no idea if he can actually do it.
No.
So it's such a 17-year-old boy thing. I'm going to do
Yeah,
it.
I'm going to do it.
But I think that's the moment when he grows up, is when he goes into the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Doesn't do it.
They're going to MIT. He knows they both got in, and it's that moment where it is like, I'm not going to do this.
It was worth it. It was worth it. What I did was worth it. Everything that I sacrificed was worth it.
Yeah. So the final question I've got is the post-credit scene.
Remind me.
Is
Venom
sitting in a bar, Tom Hardy. Now,
yeah,
Venom has never met Peter Parker in that universe.
No.
Tom Hardy has never met Peter Parker in that universe. So why is he being pulled through? Because Venom pulled through knew who Peter Parker was.
Yeah, but Venom does know Peter Parker because Venom was part of Tobey Maguire's suit.
Unless they're saying that the Tobey Maguire Venom then becomes the Tom Hardy Venom.
But
I see what you're saying, Matt.
But I think, have we not established, I think that, and I might be talking totally out my ass, that Venom is in the Andrew Garfield universe. Because there was whole conversations about Andrew Garfield appearing in a Venom movie or a Venom with Andrew Garfield sort of Spidey.
But he never felt an alien, so it couldn't.
But that's what I'm saying. Is so how is Venom? How have they transferred through? How has that happened?
Unless it's the same Venom as the
unless Venom shared ability through multiple dimensions.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the Venom that we know from the Topher Grace Spider-Man 3 is got to be the same Venom that now is infecting Tom Hardy's alternate version of Brock. I don't know.
Well, explain to me, how does the Venom alien work? Because there's symbiotes, but how do they have a collective consciousness? Because if they have a collective
consciousness, I think they've got individual consciousness. Hence, we get Carnage and we get the others.
Well, we get Carnage through Venom, though.
Yeah, but there's Carnage, there's Screech, is it Screech, Scream? It's got something like that. Shriek.
I think Screech, yeah.
Shriek, that's what it is. But they imply, certainly in the Venom movie, they imply that they're individual beings. Because that's what he's fighting at the end, isn't it?
Right.
I don't know. But that was my question. It'll be an interesting one. And obviously at the end of that, we see a little bit of Venom drop to the table.
Yeah.
So we now know that there is some Venom in the MCU.
Right.
Yeah.
I did also
maybe that was the purpose of it. Maybe that was what it was for. Who knows?
I did also notice, now watching it back, that the actor playing the barman is the striker from Ted Lasso, the Mexican striker.
Yeah, it's Danny Rojas.
Yes. And I was just like, oh, it's brilliant.
Unless Okay, bear with me
Okay.
here. So obviously, all the villains are pulled out of time, not just space, right? Because they all show
Right.
up at the same time from the moment they die.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe you are right that this is the Andrew Garfield one and hadn't happened yet in the Andrew Garfield timeline.
But it's happened.
Oh,
It will happen
Okay.
in the Andrew Garfield TV show.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, let's hope. We can hope.
So many call us.
Yeah.
that's pretty good, Mal. I think I like how you connected the dots there.
Thank
It's
you.
almost like you're obsessed with Loki, and so you've been studying how the timey-wimey stuff works.
How the timelines work.
By the way, I feel like you guys will get a kick out of this. I think I realized I was like trying because we had this whole discussion: Loki versus Bucky. Who would I pick?
Hmm.
I think if I had Loki, Bucky, and then I'm gonna throw one more in there. Hold on. I forgot his name.
Charlie Cox.
No.
Dr. Cox.
No. Maximus from Inhumans.
Okay.
That's gonna be a hard decision
Okay.
of who plays Maximus.
It's what's his name?
You have to pronounce it because I can't pronounce it no matter how hard I
Johan
try.
Redden.
Is it a Welsh guy?
It's a Welsh guy.
Johan Redden, isn't it?
Ramsay Snow.
Yeah.
Oh.
The guy from the Misfits.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and did you manage to figure it out? Because it sounds to me like we
No,
asked you a question
listen,
and you
Right.
overcomplicated it by adding a person rather than
I know.
removing one like we'd asked you to.
I know.
You've added it.
Listen, this is just a fun little mental exercise because unfortunately, it's never going to be a question I have to answer.
I'm going to move the conversation on because I'm going to say something really inappropriate. Anyway, so Mallory, you had something to talk about Comic-Con. Oh no, we've not rated the films. Let's rate the films.
Yes, we have not rated the films yet. So I'm not going to say what I gave. Although, Max, I think you're in this thing.
I
So
was
you
going
can
to say,
say.
I'll let you do it. I know that you like to have control of your
So I gave. So let's go with Far From Home, which I think we all agree is the weakest of this trilogy. So Mallory, what would you give Far From Home?
I'm giving Far From Home a 5.5.
5.5. Wow. Okay, I didn't think you were going to go that. I don't think you were going to go like that.
I mean, you gave Eternals a higher score.
You gave Eternals a 5.
No, okay. So this is a higher score. It's a 5.5.
Man, and not much higher. Damn. Okay. All right.
It's just it's an enjoyable film, but I feel like
What?
I don't know. What did I give
You got a
Infinity War?
5. Blade Trinity got a 6.
I really enjoyed Blade Trinity though.
Mhm.
And to be fair, I was debating between a 5.5 and a 6.
Blade 2 got a 6.5.
Okay, I don't remember what those movies were about at this point. It's been so long.
I think the problem you've got as well is when you watch. If you watch
When you
Far
watch
From
it
Home,
right before No Way Home, like
I was going to say, if you watch Far From Home in comparison at a different point of this cinematic lineup, it's going to stand out more. You watch it,
I think it's
and then
I
watch
agree.
Far From Home, No Way Home. You're like, wow. I mean, this film's here. Yeah.
I mean, wasn't that my issue with Blade? I went right from Blade to Ant-Man, and you guys are like, "How could you hate Blade?" I'm like, "I hated Blade."
Yeah. Well, I gave it a 7. So Max, what would you give?
I'd give it a 7. Yeah, I think a 7's a fair. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, no, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay, we're good with that. 6.
I did love it, but I just loved No Way Home so much better.
But it's not about loving one more than the other.
I know.
It's about that film, and it's from.
I know. It's really difficult though to rate it.
You're watching 140 things.
It's a black hole. Ugh.
All right, so No Way Home, Mal.
9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it a 9. I give it a 9 as well.
Yeah, me too. Me 3.
9s across the board.
Yeah.
Damn near
What
perfect
other movies
scores.
have I given a 9 to?
Do you know what would be interesting to do is to see the average, the nerds.
Well, I mean, I can do that. Yeah, I mean, I can do that with the math.
I'll have to go through and add mine in for a bunch of stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. You have to. I have to go in and add some stuff too. But there's some shows and stuff that I have never watched, so I have to go and actually watch them.
And then we could have a nerd's average leaderboard.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so
Do we even have time?
yeah, we can go on. You can moan about Comic-Con.
Well, okay. So over the week,
Okay, well that's it for this week's episode.
listen, we could talk about it next week. I'm
No,
gonna
no,
have
no.
the same complaint
I
this week.
feel
I
like
have other little things to talk
I'm
about.
just throwing it out there. Next week's episodes, there's a lot to discuss.
There is.
Oh, that's true.
It's going to be this is an advanced one, and next week's going to be a spoiler.
It's going to be spoilerific.
Please make sure
Next
that you have seen Spider-Man, Brand New Day, before you listen to episode 54 of Not Quite Nerds.
Yeah. We've given you guys a week. It's enough. Statute of limitations is passed.
Yeah. Despite the fact I think our own rule is not like a month. But
yeah, our own rules a month, but I can't wait that long.
This is the highest, this is the second highest grossing movie of all time in its opening weekend, behind Endgame.
What was the first?
Endgame.
I thought this surpassed Endgame.
Not in the opening. Maybe in the
Not
US.
in the opening.
Maybe in the US, not globally.
Or maybe it surpassed Infinity War. It surpassed one of them.
Yeah, it'll be Infinity War. It's not Endgame.
Because I got a email about it.
Which I think is unbelievable in itself that this is done so well in a time where cinema seems to be in a different place.
Well, I think like what you said in the text message, maybe we didn't say it on the podcast, but I think you said this could be the movie that saves
cinema.
Yeah, like it could be. I mean, obviously, one weekend's not going to save cinema as we know it, but could this be the jumping off point? Could this be something that
people start going out to the cinema again?
Yeah.
Okay, are the trailers spoilers? Can we, instead of me discussing my Comic-Con gripe, can we discuss one of the trailers?
Sure.
Yeah.
Who is Clayface?
Oh. Clayface is...
Because the trailer came on just before you explain, and all my friends were like, Mallory, are you going to watch it? I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
So Clayface...
I thought it was going to be the guy from The Punisher.
Clayface is very similar to Mysterio, in that Mysterio, Quentin Beck, is a failed actor, FX specialist, blah, 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 blah. Clayface is an actor who has an accident, and then his face starts to melt, but he learns that he can turn himself into multiple other things. But it's been shot on a low budget. It's been written and directed by horror people, and it's been promoted and marketed very much as the darker side of the new DC universe, a little bit more horror element. So
it's being released for Halloween.
Yeah.
So
I think it'll fit perfectly with you, but it's also been done in that way where it's siloed, so it's not, you don't have to have seen everything else that goes with it.
Not part of the larger DC universe.
Yeah. Great, we're going to drag stuff in, and if it doesn't, so be it.
I mean, it looked good. I would potentially give it a try, just probably not in theaters.
Okay.
Just because DC, we've discussed this, DC hasn't given me any hope. Why am I going to spend that money to go to theaters? But I mean, it looked interesting. It looked scary, but we also had this conversation. We talked about New Mutants.
Yeah.
That horror is difficult to do.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
you have to do it right to be a horror movie, and it doesn't have to be a scary movie. You could do horror that's not scary.
I was going to say horror is easy to do. It's difficult to do when it's a superhero thing.
No, horror is hard to do.
No, horror is the easiest, one of the easiest genres.
You listen to any actor interview, and they will all tell you comedy and horror is the most difficult.
Comedy, I agree, 100%. But I mean, horror, it's got genre to it, it's got beats, it's got systems to it. You've just got to hit those things.
It's really easy to make a bad horror movie.
It's easy to make a bad horror movie, but to make a good horror movie, you do the exact same things as you would for a bad horror movie. You just need a bit of originality in there. That's what sells. And that's the problem with horror, is that everything's been done to this point.
Oh,
but superhero horror is
pretty original, and that was a bad horror movie.
I mean, superhero horror is an issue. That's where. But DC probably has more of that. It has that darker element to it that it could probably play with. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Is Clayface supposed to be a bad guy?
He's a villain.
He's a villain.
Didn't we discuss this though? Like, didn't we say that what DC really should do is start doing these one-off villain movies?
Mhm.
I think they listened.
I think Clayface has been in production a while longer than us.
No, they heard us.
We might be at the
They
year
cast
mark.
it. They filmed it. They, did
They
all
listened to the
the
very first episode, and then they immediately just went off and did exactly what, because they were like, "This podcast is going to be huge." So let's go do what they say. They're in touch with the nerddom.
All right, and then I have one other thing to talk
Cool.
about. Not pop. We'll save Comic Con. My gripe will be there when it's there. But I don't know if you guys saw that they canceled Wonder Man.
I did. They did. Yeah. It seems that Disney is really pulled back. From what I've been reading, they've really pulled back on the live action shows. They're sticking obviously with Daredevil. They haven't announced it yet, but I still think Heroes for Hire is coming. Um, but
Drink.
they're apparently leaning much more heavily in the future towards the animated.
But
And
I mean, we've got him now. We've got him as a
we have Wonder
character.
Man.
So okay, they've cancelled his second season. I guess there's reasons for that we are not privy to. But give us more of him. You've given us the
Yeah.
character. Show us how you're going to use him. Whether they do a West Coast Avengers, something like that would be a cool idea to run with.
Wasn't he a part of the West Coast Avengers in the comics?
And we've got
Yeah.
She-Hulk. We know She-Hulk's on the West
Bring
Coast.
in the Runaways.
Well,
Yeah.
the Runaways are kicking about out there on the West Coast. So I mean, there's multiple.
You got you got She-Hulk over there.
So
you got Skahar, apparently, potentially.
So I'm obviously not there yet. Wonder Man is number 133.
Yeah.
But you guys know how I feel about things ending. Am I going to be, and this is not a spoiler, so you guys can tell me, does Wonder Man season 1 end on a cliffhanger and I'm going to be pissed?
No.
Okay,
No.
that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know.
I
Because
think,
I'm so pissed about Runaways season 3. That ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. It did that thing where it leaves it open enough.
It leaves it open, but
it doesn't.
If you want to close it, yeah. If you want to have it closed, it can be closed. If you wanted to open it, you can open it. I feel like they did a good job with how they ended it. If this is ultimately with a decision that they
Interestingly, of course, this the new Spider-Man film was directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, as was Wonder Man, as was Shang-Chi. If you were to look at the 3 best things that have been produced since Endgame, arguably, spoiler alert here, based on that. Well, you've seen our spoilers, our reviews, our spoiler-free review.
Spoiler-free reviews.
The 3 best things that the MCU has created since Endgame have all been with one director in charge.
Yeah.
The issue they'll have is that his next project is Naruto, so he's already signed on to do that, which means we're not going to get him on board for a Spider-Man film unless we're willing to wait 2-3 years. Which
is that how long Naruto's going to be?
I mean, he's going into pre-production for it now, but you would imagine it's going to be 2-3 years before it gets out.
It's going to be at least 2 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be at least 2 years before he's done with that.
But in fact, there was an open casting call put out recently. If you're interested in
so they're like really pre-production.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But there we go. That's it. So yeah, it was interesting that news was buried in the Spider-Man success news. I thought that's what was interesting.
Yeah, that was a little unfortunate. I did read that. I think it was yesterday, actually.
Yeah. But I'm still.
Yeah, I still hadn't thought of you guys.
Yeah, the character's out there. The character's as complete as it needs to be brought into something else and evolved or used somewhere else. So
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
I look forward to watching it eventually.
Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. Don't worry.
Only 20-something more to go.
God, and guys, like, I don't know if you're realizing this, but my time is coming up quickly. I got to get these things in and done.
You do. You do.
I mean, December 18th will be here before I know it.
136 is already ticked off, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if I can, I'll probably watch it again.
No, well, obviously. Yeah. I'm trying. I said to Gemma, I was like, I'll take Jack to see Spider-Man on Saturday if you want. And she's like, I've been with him all week. Why are you only taking Jack? I was like, well, mainly because it's much easier if I go one-on-one and somebody needs to pee or whatever. I don't have to abandon one of my kids in the cinema or take both of them out. I was like, and I'll happily take Molly to see it a different day. I'll go and see this thing multiple times. I got no problems with that. Yeah, I was like, well, when are you taking me to see it? We'll get there. Okay. Anything else to add, guys? No.
Excited. I'm looking. Yeah,
Well,
good.
that was episode 53 of Not Quite Nerds. Episode 54 will come with spoilers, so be warned.
Yes, lots and lots of spoilers. You
But I
know
mean,
in advance.
I'm seeing spoilers absolutely everywhere now.
Watch Brand New Day or skip episode 54.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until you watch
Until
it.
you watch it. Indeed.
And then come back and listen to it
And then like and subscribe.
and all that.
And share with your friends.
And click the bell. We just took all of Max's things.
I'm good. Thanks very much. Bye.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.